Hello guys, how are you doing? This is the 27th episode of Python tutorial series Python functions. A function is a block of code which only runs when it is called, okay? And you can pass data known as parameters into a function. A function can return data as a result. Creating a function. In Python, a function is defined using the def keyword, def my underscore function parenthesis colon indentation print hello from a function. Calling a function. To call a function, use the function name followed by parenthesis def space my function parenthesis colon indentation print hello from a function, and then space my function parenthesis. So hello from a function will be printed out. Arguments. Information can be passed into functions as arguments. Arguments are specified after the function name. Inside the parentheses, you can add as many arguments as you want. Just separate them with a comma. Okay. The following example has a function with one argument, f name. When the function is called, we pass along a first name which is used inside the function to print the full name. Okay. Def my function parameter fname print fname plus refness. So the function is now called 3 times. First of all with the argument amil. For this particular call, amil refness will be printed out, and in the second time the Tobias refness will be printed out, and for the third time Linus space refness will be printed out in 3 separate lines, as you can see here. Arguments are often shortened to args in Python documentations. Okay. Parameters or arguments. The terms parameter and argument can be used for the same thing. Information that are passed into a function. From a function's perspective, a parameter is the variable listed inside the parenthesis in the function definition. An argument is the value that is sent to the function when it is called. Number of arguments. By default, a function must be called with the correct number of arguments, meaning that if your function expects 2 arguments, you have to call the function with 2 arguments, not more and not less. Okay. The function expects 2 arguments and gets 2 arguments. Like def my function, it expects it has parameters of fname and lname colon print fname space fname plus space plus lname. Okay. So my function amil comma refness. So amil space refness will be printed out. If you try to call the function with 1 or 3 arguments, you will get an error. This function expects 2 arguments but gets only 1. Def my function fname comma last lname printed print fname plus space plus lname my function only amil is sent. Now there has been an error. It's type error. My function missing one required positional argument lname. So the argument that you sent amil will be taken as the fname. So now they say lname is missing, and this type of error is called type error. Now arbitrary arguments, asterisk args. If you do not know how many arguments will be passed into your function, add an asterisk before the parameter name in the function definition. Okay. This way the function will receive a tuple of arguments and can access the items accordingly. If the number of arguments is unknown, add an asterisk before the parameter name. Like def my function, inside parenthesis we have asterisk kids colon indentation print the youngest child is plus kids of 2 index position 2. Now we call the function my function. The sent arguments are 3 items Emil, Tobias and Linux. The the output of the console will be the youngest child is the third item of this particular what do you call this list or tuple. So it's gonna be Linus. The youngest child is Linus, as you can see. Now arbitrary arguments are often shortened to asterisk args in Python documentations. Okay. Keyword arguments. You can also send key arguments with the key equals to value syntax. This way, the order of the arguments does not matter. Def my function 3, they take 3 parameters like child 3, child 2, child 1. The order is not important because you are dealing with keyword arguments. Now indentation print is the youngest child is plus child 3. Now when you call the function, you are already defined child 1 equals to Emil. This is an argument. So child 2 equals to Tobias and child 3 equals to Linus. So the order of the parameters in the function definition does not matter. Okay. The phrase keyword arguments are often shortened to quarks in Python documentations. Okay. Now about arbitrary keyword arguments. Asterisk quarks. So first of all, we saw what? Let's say we saw nothing. First of all, we saw arbitrary arguments, asterisk args. Then we saw keyword arguments. Now we see arbitrary keyword arguments, quarks. So we have encountered 3 types of arguments. First of all, asterisk args. Then we had simple quarks, and now we have double asterisk quarks, which are called arbitrary keyword arguments. Okay. Now if you do not know how many keyword arguments will be passed into your function, add 2 asterisk before the parameter name in the function definition. Okay, this way the function will receive a dictionary of arguments and can access the items accordingly. Okay. In case of quarks, they say it this way. No, not in case of quarks. Keyword arguments are not are the yes the keyword arguments are the phrase keyword arguments are often shortened to quarks in Python documentations. In case of asterisk args, they say this way the function will receive a tuple of arguments. So gets a tuple of arguments like Emil, Tobias and Linus. These 3 items consist of a tuple. But in case of double asterisk quarks, this way the function will receive a dictionary of arguments and can access the items accordingly. Okay. If the number of keyword arguments is unknown, add a double asterisk before the parameter name, like def my function double asterisk kid. So by the double asterisk, it means that arbitrary keyword arguments, not simple keyword arguments, but arbitrary keyword arguments. So then colon indentation print his last name is plus keyed of the key L name. So and also we call the function my function F name equals to Tobias and L name equals to Rapsness. So since in the function definition plus kids of L name the key, so actually in the printout Rapsness will be printed. So the output is gonna be his last name is Rapsness, right? Okay. Now arbitrary keyword arguments are often shortened to asterisk quarks in Python documentations. Okay, default parameter value. The following example shows. Okay, first of all I actually need to see how long is it gonna be. My gosh, it's gonna be way lengthy. Cannot continue. Okay guys, this was the 27th episode and see you again in the 28th.